When would you say you went through your most challenging period in the development world? Like we talked about multiple downturns. Was there one in particular that you weren't sure you'd make it out of?
I mean, the very first one was 88, 89, and I thought I'd made it out of it, and in hindsight, I hadn't. I had made deals with all of my creditors to be fine, and then one savings and loan changed hands, and the fellow I was working with died, and his family took over, and they decided to sue me, so I had to file for bankruptcy, which I did, and then I made a deal with everybody except those two people to pay them off, which I ultimately did, so we were all fine. And those two guys who forced my hand didn't get paid.
You wouldn't be the first developer that filed for bankruptcy.
No.
Do you feel like in America versus other countries, if you have experience or an opinion here, bankruptcy is almost worn as a badge of honor among developers and entrepreneurs if they make it back out the other side?
I don't know. I don't wear it as a badge of honor. I was always pretty angry at myself that I had to succumb to it, but I really had I had my hand forced, and I had a family and other things I needed to do. And to me, the consistent statement I've made with every creditor I've ever had is, we work together, you're going to get all your money back. I know I have to do that, and that's what we're going to do. And that's what I've done with all of those people. I would never take bankruptcy as a way to make a new deal. That's not right. And so I would have a problem with that. At the same time, having come through it and gone to the other side, I can tell people who are worried about it that it doesn't mean your world's over. You can make it through, and you can come to the other side, and you can have a great reputation.
That's very helpful to hear. I think it's especially going to be helpful over the next few years as we do potentially face some challenges and maybe some folks do get in trouble. There's always a way to work through it.
Right. Raj, I say this to a lot of people. I don't know if I've ever said it to you. There's only one thing that has any importance in your life, and that's your reputation. Nothing else matters. It just doesn't. And that reputation extends to everything. And what it means is what you do when no one's looking, right? And all I can tell people is bankruptcy is not an escape. It may be a tool you have to use to get to the next point so you can be successful and you can do what you said you're going to do. But if you use it to just get over, I'm not sure it's a good tool to use. Now, sometimes you just don't have a choice, and I get it. And you will come out the other side and you will be fine. And literally after 7 or 10 years, people will forget. And the only reason it ever comes up is that every now and then I get a questionnaire that makes me go back through my whole life and talk about it again. I've got a little one-page thing that explains what happened during the bankruptcy, but everybody knows. But I would tell you that you just have to find a way to do the right thing, even if that means that, and you'll be fine.
I appreciate you sharing that. On the topic of reputation, I'm sure your reputation, like you said, with lenders is a guy that will do what he says he'll do and he'll pay you back. What's your reputation, or what do you think your reputation is with like general contractors, other parties you're negotiating with? Because from my limited experience and just in my opinion, development can be a bit of a cutthroat world when you're dealing with general contractors, needing to keep them on schedule, on budget, needing to squeeze costs if and when you can in order to bring projects in on budget again. So what do you think your reputation is? Do you think you're a hard negotiator? Is it just that you treat everyone fairly and they want to come back to you and work with you on other projects?
I'd like to think it's the latter, and I'm hopeful that's what it is. One of the things I always try and do is say, okay, I know the shoes I'm in. What are the shoes you're in? And really try and understand what's going on there. So if we talk about contractors for a minute, I'm not saying I can always do this, but one of the things I always try and do is pay them as fast as possible because they got to turn around and pay all the people that are working for them. And so if I can make them have an easier life, I owe them the money. So figure out how to get them as fast as possible so that they can do their jobs. And then if you do that, they'll be more likely to come help you if you have a problem and you need them to stand up or come to your job first or do whatever. And so if you think about that with all these other subcontractors and contractors that work for you, you'll get a good relationship with them. I'm not saying you can always do it, but you have to try your best to do that every time. I also just tell them right up what I'm expecting. The thing nobody likes is surprises. And I've been doing this long enough where I can pretty well anticipate all the things that are going to happen during a job. So I sit down with them on the very front end and say, listen, this is the position I'm in. I know the position you're in. This is what I need you to do and commit to this. These are the risks you need to take. These are the risks I'm willing to take. And we're going to hold each other to it. We're not going to have any, crying, and I'm not going to tolerate any change orders unless I come and ask you for something. And as long as you make all that crystal clear, you'll be fine. And they just have to decide how you're going to price the deal. I've often probably left a little bit of money on the table because it was the right thing to do again. I don't go after every single nickel out there, Raj, because it's not worth it. But I do expect people to do what they say they're going to do. And if they don't, then we're going to have real problems.
That makes sense. And I've heard that paying contractors as quickly as you can from a few other development folks as well. And your reasoning behind that makes so much sense. They're at the end of the day, they're essentially loaning the developer capital indirectly by
their time.
Yeah.
They bought things, they put on your jobs, they need to be paid. I mean, there's all kinds of things. I mean, contractors take a real risk going to work for you, but they're willing to do that because they're going to be able to do what they want to do every day. They're going to make a nice living doing it. And hopefully you'll have a great relationship. But this all gets back to being open and honest about everything you're doing and not trying to play shell games with people. It'll work better for you, I promise you.